Guys, so if you are here, that means you wanted to see how I got this makeup look today and my review on e.l.f.'s products, because everything except my blush and bronzer and my mascara. My blush and my bronzer and mascara were by a different brand, but everything else was by e.l.f. So I give my thoughts, and some of them are even first impressions, so if you want to see how I get this look, then just keep watching. So we're just going to go right in with the foundations. And I just recently went out and bought their new stick foundations, and I got 2 shades. They only had 3 shades, natural, ivory, and nude. Nude was the darkest, and I got ivory and natural, so I figured ivory would be a little bit too light and natural would be a little bit too dark, so I'll just use those in the appropriate places on my face in order to kind of like make my own custom color and do a little bit of highlighting and contouring at the same time. So we'll start with ivory, which is the lightest shade, and go right in. Oh boy, I'm just kind of stippling and dragging. So yeah, we'll put that right there. This is actually the first time I've ever used a foundation, like a stick foundation. Nonetheless, e.l.f.'s stick foundation. So, we shall see. Okay, now I'm going to use my Real Techniques Beauty Blender. This looks like a hot mess. To start blending all of this out. So you can tell it's just that the natural shade was just darker than my skin tone, like on my neck, so I'm going to have to apply bronzer in order to make it blend well. It's like medium coverage. It doesn't feel too heavy on my skin, but that light shade was, it's pretty light. I thought I was going to be way too heavy, but I don't know, it softened it out by using the beauty blender. So yeah, there's the foundation. I wish they came out with more colors because I like the consistency and I like the coverage, and it's got like a dewy finish, not totally matte, and I'm gonna have to make my neck match. So now on to, I don't have any of their blushes or bronzers. Well, actually I do have this one, but it's a highlight. It's their Pink-tastic Baked Blush, but I'm going to be using that as a highlight today. So in trying to stay with the a little bit cheaper, I'm going to use the e.l.f. blush brush and go in with one of my NYX blushes. I'm just going to use that super light pink one and put that on my cheeks. And as far as their blushes, their brushes. As far as their brushes go, I really like them. They're soft. They don't have fallout, like none of the hairs fall out on me. And they're so affordable. And I am a believer in tools like their brushes, just because I feel like if you're still using the brushes that come with the product that you're buying, then most of the time that's not the right tool to be using, or there are much better options. And so if you're going to start trying to develop your brush collection, I think e.l.f. is a great place to start. They have some really good affordable brushes. Anyway, so there's my blush. I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula and use that on this small tapered brush by e.l.f. to do a little bit of contouring right underneath my blush. And then I'm gonna probably have to use a different brush that's bigger to get my neck, because this would take me forever. But it works great for contouring, doing like the sides of your nose just with a super light hand. Going around the perimeter, like around your hairline. And then yeah, I'm going to just grab this huge one by Real Techniques and do my neck. Okay, so now that my face is done, I'm going to start in with my eyes. The first thing that I always do are my brows, and I just bought these from e.l.f. I got two different colors, neutral brown and taupe, just because I wanted to make sure that it matched. So, so I'm just trying them out on the back of my hands. The taupe is going to be good. It doesn't have warmth in it. So, let's go ahead and try this out. Oh, it applies very easily. It's like a very soft pencil, which is actually the one thing that I don't like about the Anastasia Beverly Hills, is to me it's almost too soft. I like to be able to push really hard when I'm drawing my brows on and go over it lots of times without having to worry about darkening it too much. So that's why I like the NYX one better, is because it is a little bit harder of a pencil, so you can really like apply some pressure instead of having to be so feathery with your brush strokes. You can actually like draw your brows on. But if I'm wanting to do it quickly and not take a painstakingly long time to put my brows on, then the softer the product, the faster they go on. So that's good. It's a pretty good pencil. It's definitely coming off a little bit warmer on camera than it is in real life. But then again, so is my hair, so it matches. Yeah, no, it's a good pencil. Okay. So, they're nice and harsh. I hate it. Guys, this eyebrow is so like straight and this one is so curved. But like it definitely grows that way. Like I try to like put a little bit more of an arch in this one and like focus on the top part, and like on this eye just put it on the bottom so that it doesn't have as much of an arch. But like I'm telling you, this one just wants to be a drag queen and this one's just like, fine, whatever, I'm just chill. So whatever, we'll just leave them how they are. Anyway, so now let's see how their spoolie works to like soften it and smooth those like harsh lines out. You see how it just make this, it just doesn't look as blunt because I took that spoolie and feathered that product out. It kind of like erases the product a little bit, lightens it, roughs it up so that they look a little bit more natural. Anyway, okay, so now we're going to go in with the e.l.f. I don't even know what this one's called. It's like a duo, a gel duo, because there's an eyebrow gel on one side and there's an eyelash gel, a clear eyelash gel on the other. So it's just a clear eyebrow gel to kind of, I like it because it darkens, like the wetness of it darkens my hairs a little bit and makes them look not so blonde on top of drawn on brows, and because it holds them in place all day. So I've used this product a lot, as you can tell by how like brown this side is and how clear this side is. That's because I use it all the time and I love it. So for some reason when I was filming, my camera cut out and you didn't see me apply all of the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go over what I did in order to get this eyeshadow look. I used this shade right here in my as my transition color, and then I used this and this in my crease just to deepen it and to make that gradient. And then on my lids, I used this red right here to do the inner and outer corner on my lid, and this shade right here is what's in the center, giving it that domed effect, as well as the shade that's in the inner corner is this peach right here. And then on my lower lash line, I just used all three of those same matte colors underneath to blow my lower lash line out and give some depth down there. The color that I used for my brow bone highlight was this shade right here. And the only other thing besides that I did in the video that you didn't see was I applied this e.l.f. high definition under eye setting powder on my under eye. I didn't use a concealer because the foundation stick in the shade Ivory was a light enough color that I didn't need any more highlighting or any more lightness there, but this did brighten it and set it. So that's the only other thing that you missed. So now I'm going to go and apply my mascara off camera, and I will be right back. Okay. So now that I have applied my mascara, the only thing that we have left to do is lips. So today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. lip liner and blending brush in nude pink. So there's just a blush. Oh my gosh, that's like the second time this video I've said that. There's a brush on this end and a twist up liner on this end. I don't use the brush of this duo. I actually just like it for other lipsticks. But now I'm going to go in with their e.l.f. matte lip color. It's like a lipstick crayon or lipstick pencil. And just go over all of that. It's a lighter color than the the lip liner, and so I like using these two together. This is in the shade Nearly Nude. I like using them together so that the lipstick doesn't come across like too concealer looking, because there's a deeper lip liner underneath. And then it's a really good matte color. And then I'm going to go in with this lip gloss of theirs in the shade Scott. Yeah, it's just another nude lip gloss. And it's just slightly darker than the lipstick as well, so it makes it look a little bit more normal on my face instead of looking too pale. But I do love that lipstick, especially for adding highlight. Just tapping it in the center of your lips in order to make them look a little bit more pouty or have that gradient effect. And then the last thing that I need to do is apply some highlight. So I don't know why I always do that last. I think it's because sometimes I look at my face and I'm like, nope, I don't want to highlight today. But then, you know, you don't know if you want it or not before your eyes. You see how shimmery they are, or your lips. So I just have always done my highlight very, very last. Anyway, so I'm taking that, like I mentioned earlier, the Baked blush in the shade Pink-tastic, which is more of a highlight. So let's apply that. I'm going to use their small tapered brush and just tap it in that and dust it on the top of my cheekbones and on the tip of my nose. And I don't like a lot of highlight, so we'll just softly do that there. But this is a very buildable, good highlight that if you liked a lot, you could definitely get it to be blingin'. So there you go. That's the look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!